in the world of sport, like Kunle rightly said. And we begin from here at home, or should I say, with news from Nigeria about Nigerians, where it says the under-20 AFCON team, that is the Flying Eagles, kicked off the campaign in Egypt with a win, 3 points against Tunisia for their first game of the tournament. And indeed, I'm not here alone to discuss this feat, or should I say the success and other issues that are ongoing in the world of sport. I'm also being joined by a very sound sport analyst, talking about Chinonso Arinzechi. Yes, I wanted to call it in full before I start calling you Nonso. Good morning, Nonso, and welcome to KAKAKI Sports.
Good morning, and thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
All right, so quickly, Nigeria's Flying Eagles, the most successful team in the under-20 AFCON, kicked off the campaign against Tunisia, who they defeated in third-place match in the last edition. For you, your thoughts on these guys? Do you see them? Look at the list, the group, first of all. Yeah. Do you think they are going to survive the group? And if yes, do you see them going all the way to the final for an 8th title? They're already 7-time champions.
It doesn't change the target. The target is get one of the tickets for the Under-20 World Cup. We know already that the 4 semi-finalists will make it to the World Cup later this year. So I'm quite confident for a good reason, because they've been camping. They were in Abuja, then they went to Kenya, back to Abuja, then Kaduna, and now in Abuja before they went all the way to Egypt, played a friendly game against the Egyptian side, won that game, and then Oscar played against Tunisia. So for me, I must be sincere, I'm really happy with the way the team have progressed. You know, sometimes we just see teams where they mismatch players and they do the fire brigade approach and then pack players all over and they have flown away to the tournament. But we can see there was a progression, training, friendly, camping, exactly. And
selection.
Exactly. And I had a chit chat with the coach before he left, talking about Leo Zubero, and he was quite optimistic. He would tell you that, yes, Nigeria are champions, but there's no pressure. It's one game at a time. And then we saw how they played yesterday. I'm more happy with the way they managed the game. You know, when Alawalo Ibrahim got the goal in the 37 minutes, after that beautiful play from the left back Okoro, slot the ball behind under the goalkeeper, got the point. They managed the game very well. You know, at this stage of the competition, it's about managing the game. It's about managing the game. It's about also ensuring that you try to manage the game very well. So for me, I'm really happy with the results. 1-0 it is, and then we'll move on. I don't think Nigeria can get out of this group. I think they could get a result against Kenya, and then we'll see what happens against Morocco, who seems to be the biggest team right now in African football. But right now it's about getting out of the group stage and then take it one game at a time.
Indeed. The Flying Eagles are the most decorated team in this particular tournament. They're on the 20 AFCON, having won the title 7 times, and they're going for 8 this time around. In fact, last time they almost got it, but they finished 3rd in Egypt as well. But now I'm moving from Nigeria's Flying Eagles and the CAF competition now to the Nigerian League. That's talking about the Women Football League in Nigeria. First stanza is done and dusted. Yeah. We've seen the who are going to be participating in the Super 6, which is the 2nd stanza. Your thoughts on particularly Nigeria Tales, which I know you're a stern follower of. We didn't see this happening as against an FC Robo, but Nigeria Tales, for some reason, somehow, miraculously picked the ticket with hard work. But your thoughts on them,
it's resilience. You know, at the start of the season, they were given the underdog tag. Looking at the group they were playing against, you know, you've got Bielsa, you've got Delta, you've got Rivers, and they were like, oh, it will take FC Robo as well, who've churned out some top talents in Nigerian women football.
Like Aziza Toshola,
exactly,
just
and of
mention,
course, Rashida Ajibade as well. So, but the girls had tenacity. It was something that they had was the belief. They had youth players, you know, players who have been there for some time, who has graduated from the ranks. And of course, a new coach who understand what it means to play in Nigerian football. Maybe a bit earlier within women's football, but it was, when it comes to the women's football, the whole of Samson Keshi is a name to, you must always, if you call, you understand that he's been there for some time now. So, like you said, I was quite happy with the girls. It was, like you said, eye of the needle. It was it was mission impossible, but come on, it was not mission improbable. I thought the girls could do it, and I believed in the girls. And they turned up, you know, with the victory last week away at Delta. I think that was what sealed it. All they had to do was, you know, come back home here at the Boris Stadium, churn out a point against Bielsa, a team who is unbeaten. I know the people said, okay, they're unbeaten to take the mirror, but they managed to hold their own, pull out a goalless draw, and they're down through to the Super 6. Now this is where the business end of the game starts from. But kudos to the NWFL Premiership. 14 games played across the nation, total of 14 teams, you know, fought hard to just get 6 places in the continent. But at the end of the day, what's more important is the Super 6. Kudos to Samson Kesh, kudos to Alison James Jagade, the chairperson, kudos as well to the founder of the club, Barrister Paul Ede, for the 2nd time. This is a team that's just found less than
That's
five.
the second time in their history.
Exactly. Yeah, 5, 6, 6 years to be in the Super 6 for 2 times in less than how many years tells you there's progress. And like, maybe who knows? They could not be that banana peel at the Super 6 that could cost an upset.
I know where you're heading at, but I would not say don't shoot your luck too much. But let's now take a look at these teams that have actually made it to the Super 6. We're talking about the likes of defending champions, Edo Queens, very informed Remo Stars ladies, and also Rivers, and one of the most decorated team in the league.
Yeah.
The Niger Rattles, Niger Amazons, Nasser Amazons, and of course, Bayelsa Queens, another formidable team in the league. Your thoughts on these teams? Remo Stars now, do you see them, taking this one home? Because as it is now, Remo Stars men have won the league. The MPFL is no longer news. And now they are also into the Super 6, and they will be going into full momentum. But do you think they have what it takes, being that they're also going to be the host of the second
Absolutely. They've got structure. You talked about the MPFL, they just won. The team Beyond Limit, who promoted to the league, they couldn't come up because of the clash of interest, and they had to stay back in the NNL. But man, they've got a home advantage playing at the Kenneth Stadium in front of their home fans. But come on, Edo Queens are defending champions. They've been to the continent. They've won. I think they managed to get to the semi-finals. It didn't just happen for them last time out. Bayelsa United went to the continent. They won a bronze medal in the CAF Women's Champions League. Rivers Angels, like you said, one of the most, if not the most successful team in the MPF, in the NWFL Premiership. That's why Amazons have got a good coach, the coach of under 20. Talking about, I hope I can remember his name now. He was one of the team we got some good players. Joy Bokwe. They've got some players who have played Kremoe, who played at under 20 level. And of course, Nigeria tells in quotes, the underdogs, but they've got some players. But they've got some young players who have played at junior level. You look at the likes of Juma Adebayo, who just joined up the team from the under 17. You have Bumi Alodeji, who was at the 20 World Cup. You've got some other quality players as well. Milan Afrit as well, who was part of the under 17 team that won the bronze medal. So it looks set for me. I think these are the best 6 teams in the league. For someone who has followed the NWFL Premiership from the start of the season, come on. I think the table showed really who were the best teams. And come on, I can't wait for a Kenya from the 8th to the 17th. It's going to be fireworks at the end of the Super 6.
Indeed, you just brought that out of my mind. From the 8th to the 17th of May, of course, we get fireworks in Kenya for Nigeria's Super 6, and we'll be crowning a new champion, or perhaps a returning champion. That's the Edo Queens at the Kenya right there. But fingers crossed for that one. We'll be looking out for that one as well. But now let's move away from Nigeria. Now, 2 matches that were played during the week, and then, of course, one of the most talked about leagues, or should I say championship in the world, the Champions League. During the week, we saw Arsenal losing points to PSG, as should I say, most people expected, or some people were surprised. And then Barcelona playing out a thrilling 3-0 draw with Inter. Your thoughts on this? And how do you see this going into the second leg?
I think if you miss the Inter Milan game with Barcelona, I don't think you love football.
I missed it because we're in Nigeria. So
I think, come on, in the past, not to stretch my luck, 5 years, this is the best Champions League game I've watched. It was quite open. Before the first minute, the goal was scored, a flick from Thuram. It had everything, goals, but it showed a lot of things. Barcelona has got one of the worst defense in Europe, but they've got the most lethal attack. This was the team that there was no Robert Lewandowski, but the bromance and the swagger with the play, underhands, the flick, the way he orchestrates this band. And a certain Pedri, it just reminds me of a choir where the coordinator sits and just conducts, Pedri, what a player he is, Lamal, he's the best player in the world. I'll let you have that one. You've got Rafinha as well. For Inter Milan, they've got one. What they've got is compactability. They have the best. It was the best attack versus the best defense. They've got Diego Simeone, who is under massive pressure after losing the Coppa Italia semi-final, and also 3 points behind Napoli in the league for the Scudetto, in the chase for the Scudetto, I beg your pardon. So it was a fight. I can't wait for the second leg at the Giuseppe Meazza Stadium at the San Siro, but it was a great game for Arsenal. Like you said, Arsenal fans were super confident. They came in.
Knocking out Madrid.
Oh yeah, you beat down 15-time champions and you beat them in style. 5-1 in our gates, a win home and away. You shut down this Santiago Bernabeu. And
I smell sarcasm what you're saying.
Come on, it's that way, but I still don't think it's over yet. Like I said, it was a tactical masterclass. Both managers, Luis Enrique and Mikel Arteta. This is the third time anyway in the UEFA Champions League history where we have 2 Spanish managers going head to head. And come on, it showed why they are great masterclass tactically. It was a stop start. After they go by Ousmane Dembele, you could see that Arsenal also huffed, they puffed. Unfortunately, they couldn't blow the house down. now. PSG also had their chances. Bracola, he could have smacked that ball. I don't know what he was thinking. He threw the ball to the bar. But come on, like I said, he's set up for a great game at the Parc des Princes. It's not over yet. I think Paris Saint-Germain should not think it's all over yet. Because I tell you, in the second leg, the return of Thomas Partey, which is very key. I think the fact that he didn't play that game allowed
obvious.
Very obvious. Declan Rice became more of a spectator, and he kept on marking and forgot his duty in the attacking role. So I think it's both games. This is the first time in a while in the Champions where after the first leg of the Champions League semi-final, you're not too sure which team will get to the final. So and that's why we love the Champions League.
All right, indeed. We're not too sure at this point. Could it be Arsenal? Could it be, I mean, it could be anyway.
Absolutely.
Anyway, you can go anywhere. But quickly, let's now look at the La Liga, talking about Barcelona precisely and how they are going for the title. Would it be a treble for Barcelona if they plays out the remaining 4 matches played left to be played in the league? Quickly.
They'll have to manage it. It's simple. Managing. They're in the Champions League. They just won the Copa del Rey, beat Madrid.
Yes.
They can't win. The last time they did that was under Luis Enrique. Can they replicate that? We'll wait and see. But if there's one thing I can assure you, that they've got a manager who understands the tactical ability of his team. He knows how to get the best of these players. These were the players who were struggling last 2 seasons. When he came in, he changed the time. He didn't change much. Rafinha had become a fantastic player. So it's possible, it's doable. But again, in the golden rule, do not rule out Real Madrid. These guys can turn the tire around.
All right, and these are the fixtures for match day 34 in the La Liga, and other match days are also in other leagues will also be ongoing this weekend. I'll be coming here on Monday to discuss much of the activities that went down and perhaps who to look forward to for the title.